It was the rain. I didn't find them until the rain chewed up the earth, churned it into mud, and the floor of the forest spit them out. So, yes, that must be right. It wasn't until the morning after the storm I saw them. There were half a dozen of them. Maybe more. A heap of wet skin and decaying cloth, crowded inside a dark pit I'd never seen before. My first thought was, who could have done this? My mother? My father? My cousin? All as dead as the graying girls in the mud. Long dead. And I live alone, in the middle of the forest, in a tiny cottage that no one visits. It was dusk by the time I finished filling up the pit. God forgive me. I slept, wretched, damp and dirty, while through my window the moon shone clean and white as a skull. It rained again that night. Almost too loud to sleep, but I did sleep. And when I woke, there was something growing from that pit. A tree. But its surface didn't feel like bark. It felt like... And that was before I noticed. Its leaves. They were hands, thin as parchment. The hands of those graying girls reaching. I gave up after the first cut. The work was just too gruesome. That next night was still. No storm, no rain, no sleep. Just the sound of those graying girls outside my window.
Please open the door. Let us in. We can hear you in the door.
Did they pull themselves up from the muck?
The door. We can see you. Open it.
Did they drop from the branches of that terrible tree? I didn't care. I still don't. Their voices.
The door. Let us in.
I imagine it's what the women from the nearby towns sound like. Lilting, delicate, a little cruel. It must be where he brought them in from.
We'll find a way in.
Continued all night.
Find a way, so just open the door.
Eventually, I couldn't tell the voices apart from the crackle of the fire and the wind in the trees outside. Within a day, I stopped hearing the girls at my window. I stopped seeing them milling about outside, though that ghoulish tree remained. I thought, so foolish, I thought that they were actually gone. But then it started. At first, out of the corner of my eye. I told myself it was all in my mind. A trick of the light. But I knew. I slept. And when I woke, they were everywhere. But what could I do? I couldn't leave. The wood loomed so dark, its trees like hungry hands, their bony branches creaking like the wheels of a distant cart. So I drank out of their skin, and I ate out of their breasts, and I fell asleep inside their mouth, with spools of their hair for my pillow. I am a good person. I work hard. When my mother died, I took care of my father. When my father died, I looked after my cousin. When my cousin died, and I was alone, I never complained. They say this wood breeds strange things. But I live here, and I am not strange. I am a good person, a good woman.
So foolish,
laughs the maid of my house. So foolish. He finally showed up today, just before sunset. I heard the wheeze of his cart's wheels from a long, long way off. My face was cold, my throat was dry, my eyes were hot.
A very fine evening to you.
What would he think of my house?
Was worried I wouldn't make it before dark.
It had begun to smell.
Just in time, huh?
Stinking like soggy flesh, old blood.
Are you cooking? I'm famished.
But he didn't seem to notice at all. He actually ate.
And the other day when
He began speaking of his most recent travels, what wares sold best where. I felt ill.
I recall looking
Then it was local town gossip, just like always.
I would describe as being a very
His health, the weather, new stock. I told him I knew about the girls. He feigned ignorance. I said, "The girls from town. I've seen them. I know what you did." I said for him not to worry, and it was all taken care of. I buried them. Were there more in his card, I wondered? He didn't stay to kiss my throat this time. He became very pale and said he had to leave. And as he pulled away, their skin began to peel with him. I can feel today will be the last time I see him. But when I think of him, from now on, it will be him looking out from all that